No, you're not tripping. It's the same day. My hair do keep changing. So this message, I want it to be about like the motivation to keep showing up irregardless of what things look like and what keeps happening that is discouraging you from continuing to show up to where you need to be and where you need to go. Bang in the back. Hey boo. So yeah, I hope this video doesn't end up being choppy because it is a little slow on me, but I'm going up regardless. So, okay, hopefully I fixed the lag on this. Anyways, this is about continuing to show up irregardless of the circumstances and what keeps being shown to you, and I'm going to guide you through a story to tell you why. So, this is another appointment where I'm trying to get certain benefits in a certain area, okay? But this time, I'm showing up to the office. The first time I go to the office, I do not leave with the benefits that I need, but I do leave with information about what I did need to have the next time I went. The next time that I went, I had some assistance. I had the assistance that I needed, and I also had the documents that they told me to have, all except for one. So I showed up, but I didn't have everything. I had some of what they needed, not all of what they needed, and I thought that they could work with that. And they said, you know what, we can't work with this, but if you have these other particular documents that were not mentioned before transferred to here, then you don't need any of those things that we said that you needed for this appointment. You only need these other documents that were not disclosed to you before. So between the first trip and the second trip, I was seeing two different people who gave me two different forms of information. And the second time that I went, when I had the documents that they told me from the first time, I was then told that there is one overarching document that would nullify my need for all of these separate individual pieces. All right. So, the lesson in that is that the first time you show up, you might just be gathering information. It might just be an investigation. You might need to be doing some detective work to see as to what kind of materials you will need in order to be successful for the next time that you show up. So, the first time that you show up might be a survey. You survey the area, gather the information, find out what you need. And so don't have not to have high hopes, because sometimes you can kill it, hit it on the nail, you can knock it out of the park that first time. But sometimes the first time that you show up is going to be a survey of the area, it's going to be a gathering of information, and then you're going to see like everything that you need, okay? So when you do show up, it was one document that I needed that I just could not find. I tried to have somebody else find it for me, send me a picture of it, all of that kind of stuff. But I didn't have one piece out of all of these several pieces that I was told that I needed. This is when I get the information that there's one document above them all that I could get transferred over, and I would have no need for all of these different pieces that they told me. The lesson in this is that sometimes, depending on who you speak to, like not all information is created equal, is what I want to say here. Some people have like higher information than the people that you were talking to at first. So not all information is created equal. Some information is superior depending on the position that that person holds who is informing you, and depending on how much experience they have and what position they hold in the organization hierarchy or what have you that you are cooperating or participating with. And so you want to make sure that you go to the source. Mm. Now, in this case, the source was somebody who had more information than the last person. But in this, like for the purpose of this video, the actual source is going to be the creator, God, source. And then in real life, you want to go to the supervisor, the manager. That's why, like the moms who are gun ho, like I have a mom like this, she wants to speak to the manager, not the employee. She does not be rude about it, but she definitely wants to go directly to the person who has the most information, the most superior version of the information, so that she can know exactly what corners, like not to take shortcuts, but sometimes people will have you jump through hoops that you don't have to be going through. So make sure that you're getting information from the highest source possible. When it's not dealing with a government source, organization, corporation, or entity, then you're dealing with the creator. You should always go to him first anyway. Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and then all of the other things shall be added unto you. So definitely go to the highest up, okay? So then, my one second. So the third time I go to this place is like the pinnacle, like the ultimate, right? I got a call that morning and I confirmed. I got those documents sent over, the ultimate document where I wouldn't need all of these pieces. And then when I show up, so I confirmed that that morning with the higher ups that called me, they tried to reschedule me. So you might, when you try to show up, and we was already trying to get ready for that appointment. It was early in the morning. I was in the middle of getting everybody ready. I am 3 people, so I'm getting all of us ready for this appointment. And then they called me in the middle of getting ready, and then they tried to reschedule with me, and I was like, no, no, thank you. So sometimes resistance is in order. Don't do too much, because rejection is God's protection sometimes. So don't do too much with trying to make sure that you get what you want when you want it. But when they do try to deter or detour you, DETER versus DETOUR, deter or detour you, make sure that you offer up a little resistance, like claim your spot. That was my appointment time. I understand that you might be understaffed and busy and stuff like that, but I'll wait. I will show up and I will wait, because this is my time. This is my appointed time. I waited like weeks for this. So I'm going to keep my time. She said, all right, you keep your time. I said, thank you. So I confirmed that what I needed was sent over. She looked through the system, boop, doop, 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 click, clack, and then she found my stuff. So boom, confirmed. I thought that I was going to go in there and get out of there smooth sailing. Now, the point of this part is to always come from a place of victory. I've heard this several times in several sermons, but it's very true. You want to perform from a place of victory. When God has already guaranteed your success, and your guaranteed success is dependent upon your original intent, this is a need. This is a necessity. This is not a luxury that I'm going for, shooting for the stars. This is something that I need at the basis of my foundation. God knows it. I know it. It's got to get done. So when God has guaranteed that he's going to provide for your needs, and this is what you're showing up for and fighting for, and you know that it's yours, that it's rightfully yours, that you deserve it, you need it, you earned it, then you know that your victory is a shoo-in. Okay? Once I got there though, it's like I had already spoke to the higher ups. I had what I needed for them, but I was speaking to now somebody who did not have that information. It was somebody who had not met me before. It was somebody that I hadn't spoken to yet. And so he's trying to get me to pull out all the different documents and all the pieces that they told me that I didn't even need no more, because I had the ultimate document. Y'all, I had to pray for the patience to show this man, so that I would not ruin both of our days with ignorance, arrogance, frustration. Man, like I was so frustrated, y'all, that I would have to jump through these hoops, and my composure was just not there. My anger was present, like not even like just frustration. Like I talked to everybody, I did the dance, I jumped through the hoops, like just let me have this. Why is it not going smooth? So my message in that is perform from the position of victory, and pray for the patience before you get in there, before your frustration shows, before all of those things happen. But because I pray for the patience in the middle, instead of giving me the grace to have the patience and clean all the way up, God graced me with the vulnerability to share and to show, and to like as to why I was so frustrated in that moment with that person. They called their supervisor, got in touch with that higher informational tower that I was talking about, and I walked out of there with my benefits, okay? So to wrap this all up, because TikTok only give you 10 minutes, you need to keep showing up. Each time you show up, you will get more information. And when you persevere, you will have victory. Keep showing up.